Pow, pow, pow! Gymrat Pack back in the house with me, LarryOlubamiwo, and
Mr. L Rock.
Yeah, there you go. I almost forgot his name.
Yeah,
we're gym rats and actors, professional actors, here to give you our perspectives on the entertainment industry, specifically movies and TV. We have a little bit of a different kind of topic for you today. We have a trailer reaction to Death on the Nile. But with all the controversy surrounding it, we are going to then segue into the topic about Armie Hammer and Disney actually releasing this film.
Must we?
Yeah. Hence why we are doing a trailer reaction. Because this trailer just came out, it says 4 hours ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at this.
Okay.
And then we're going to get straight back into it. So stay to the end, stay to the end.
It's the Rock has spoken.
Easy. All right. Let's see how many ads we got first.
Oh
no.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Scott Free Blood.
please welcome the newlyweds,
Is that really
Mr.
Scott?
and Mrs. Simon Doyle.
What's that?
Yes.
What's the brand?
My congratulations, madame.
It's all Star Cast.
Oh, it's a sequel to the first one, isn't it?
Greatest detective alive.
Yeah.
I suspect you
Hercule
invited me
Poirot.
for reasons other than the fun.
What was the first one called?
We have the carnival all
Not
to
my kind of
ourselves, a chef and enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Your favourite, the Titans, and the...
Have money.
Where's the title?
New friend.
The title.
Star because it aged the film. It's got a bird on his face.
The crime is murder.
Murder.
The murderer is one of you.
Have you seen Armie Hammer yet?
Not
Lamb's
yet.
used to getting what she wants.
There he is. Side profile.
I don't feel safe here.
Side profile. Side
I don't feel
profile.
safe with any of them.
There are
Cut
so
the
many
match issue.
conflicting
I've seen
and
the
jealousies.
previous trailers and he was a lot more prominent.
I like this.
Did you see or hear anything?
I did not trust her. I still don't.
What did you do last night?
You accused me of murder.
Don't French.
French and Saunders.
The murder was methodically planned.
I did this.
You are mad. Can I not trust you?
What do you want me to say?
What do you want me to say?
Someone else is dead.
You're lying my face! Lock the doors!
The murderer is here. And will stay here.
His name is Armie Hammer. He's thinking back around.
What a name. Armie Hammer.
They literally cut out every single shot. Like,
So you
side
see-
profile.
You've seen the older,
which
the
shot?
older.
I remember
thing.
seeing the original.
He was a
one.
lot
quite
more prominent.
Yeah,
He was a
that
lot
is-
more prominent.
Well, the thing is, if you're releasing a trailer, there's no point in doing that, really. Because you're either going to release the film or you're not.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
But
try
obviously,
sort
we're
of
gonna
hide him.
we're gonna go into why they've done that.
Okay.
But as a trailer, as for a film, that I have no interest in this film whatsoever. I don't like Hercule Poirot kind of TV films, whatever.
You don't like murder mysteries?
I could do it. See, I liked the new one with James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Oh,
Knives Out.
Knives Out.
That was a murder mystery I
Okay.
enjoyed. Lakeith was in there as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Was
This
that more of a comedy as well? Knives Out.
he was. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. This
That's what
I'm not. I just watching that. I mean, it might be a good film, but just seeing that trailer does not excite me whatsoever. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I like Poirot.
Okay.
I grew up watching that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't excite me. I'm the type of person, once I start watching it, I'll really get into it.
Right.
But the trailer doesn't make me want to go and find the film and watch it.
Or go cinemas.
Or go, no, definitely not go
Right,
to cinema
that-
to
that-
see
that-
something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I'll watch it.
That's
Yeah.
a Friday night with a cup of tea. And
Right.
That's
With
right.
the missus and all that.
Yeah, after curry or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
He just let you into a couple things there.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's no way I'd go cinema. I wouldn't even go if you paid me. I'm just not interested. Well,
No.
actually, depending on how much you pay me.
Just buy me some popcorn
what
and
I'm
pay for the
saying is-
ticket. I'm there. Cheap date, man. Cheap date. You know them ones.
Damon, what are you thinking on this,
I'm
man?
kind of in the middle. Like I wasn't a huge Poirot fan growing up. Like I saw some of the stuff when I watched it. I didn't mind it. I don't mind murder mysteries now and then as long as it's good writing and they're not just kind of like copycats every single time. One, it's got to be something interesting. This looks like the exact same trailer as the first movie. Like the just differences.
Sons, a certain someone.
Yeah, and was that on a train? The first one, I think it was.
Yeah, the first,
yeah. So now they're on a
they're on a boat.
now on a boat this time.
Same.
What's that? Murder on the Orient Express?
Well,
That's
it,
the one.
Express,
That's the
Orient
one.
Express,
Yeah. See,
Am
you're
I-
into your
Yeah.
Poirot.
And what's his name? What's his name that did Pyro? David.
Oh, the old guy.
David, the British
Suchet,
guy.
Suchet.
Suchet, that's it.
Yeah.
Brilliant actor.
Oh, wicked actor.
Brilliant at what he does.
Wicked actor.
Is he still alive?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah, he's still about.
They should bring him back to do it. He should have done definitely.
It's- yeah.
But he's old as dirt now, man.
It don't matter.
Kenneth
He's still a
Branagh's not a
ledge.
young chicken.
Ledge.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the cast. Kenneth Branagh's always a good one to go to. I mean, let's talk about Wild Wild West later on, but yeah.
Let's never
Ricky
talk
Wild
about.
No, but
Why?
Straight to the Wild Wild West. I think the
Uh,
soundtrack was better than the song, and
It
the
was.
soundtrack was trash.
It was. I could sing.
Cisco.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cisco.
Dressed up like a cowboy, don't know what he's doing.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's probably the same as Leon. It's a TV movie on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Tea for me.
Yeah, a couple digestives.
I don't even drink tea anymore, but yeah, I'm not gonna digest the hobnobs for that one.
Yeah, couple.
Right. So
On to the controversy.
onto the controversy.
Yes.
As Mr. Rock put it.
Right.
As I've seen the original trailer to this before the whole controversy. Because remember, this was meant to come out before the pandemic hit. And that's when the controversy with Armie Hammer started, coincidentally. The original trailer to this film had, as Damien has seen it as well, you who haven't seen it had Armie Hammer very prominent.
Right.
Now you've only seen side views and you've seen him one quick thing when
And
he
he's the
spoke.
lead.
He's one of the leads.
One of the leads.
And not only that, when this film came out, Armie Hammer was getting a big push in Hollywood.
Right.
So you wanted his face front and center in this.
Right.
As one of Letitia as well was actually front and center. They didn't even put her much, if you noticed.
No. In this one, she was really she was more prominent, I think, than the first one.
She was more prominent than the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see her much in this. You only saw little bits of her in this.
Yeah, but a lot more than him. I mean, they literally.
Well, yeah.
That was a shadow of him. in this.
Definitely.
Listen, I think the extras got more than him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, to give you guys some insight into, because some of you know what we're talking about when we talk about that Armie Hammer controversy, some of you don't. I am going to read you a report from the Hollywood Reporter about why there is controversy with Disney finally deciding to release this film on Valentine's Day of all times. It's just, you don't get any worse.
Let's just indulge in Armie's discussion.
Honestly, right. So it starts off with Disney proceeds with Death on the Nile despite Armie Hammer scandal. Director Kenneth Branagh's mystery thriller Death on the Nile is finally leaving port in preparation of its Valentine's Day weekend release in theaters with actor Armie Hammer. Sorry, 1 second. Don't know why.
I don't have 1 second.
Now. Go.
Disney and 20th Century's marketing campaign for the feature adaptation of Agatha Christie's classic novel kicked off in earnest Tuesday with a new trailer and poster, both of which feature Hammer. The embattled actor appears opposite a slew of stars in an ensemble event pick, including Branagh, Gal Gadot, Tom Bateman, and Letitia Wright. In other words, Disney isn't trying to hide Hammer from public view. Well, I don't know about that. It's been almost a year since multiple women accused Hammer of emotional abuse, manipulation, and coercion. In April, a woman who gave her name only as Effie accused Hammer of rape. Hammer denied the allegations, but was dropped by his agents at William Morris. Wow. And
Ooh, he was with William.
yep. and withdrew from a number. Well, when I say he's been pushed, and withdrew from a number of movie and TV projects, including the Jennifer Lopez movie Shotgun Wedding and the Godfather series at Paramount. I didn't know there was a Godfather series at Paramount.
I didn't know either.
Oh, shit. Paramount Plus. Death on the Nile had been done for more than a year when the troubling allegations arose, leaving Disney in a tough position. The release of the movie, which was originally set to hit cinemas in 2020, had already been delayed because of COVID. Disney considered several options when the accusations broke regarding Hammer. Those options included reshooting the movie with a new star who could replace Hammer's character, according to a source. That's what they should have done. In 2017, Ridley Scott, one of the producers of Death on the Nile, had reshot All the Money in the World after Kevin Spacey was accused of sexual assault, which he denied. Spacey was replaced by Christopher Plummer. I remember that very clearly. But that wasn't feasible for a film of this scale because of the pandemic and the ensemble cast. Gathering all the actors back together would have been near to impossible due to COVID. Fair enough. Another option would have been to use digital technology to edit or alter the film, but that would have been equally as challenging considering the size of the cast and intricate storyline, according to an insider. Ultimately, the studio decided to leave the film as is and proceed with a fully fledged theatrical release. To shelve Death on the Nile or sell it off to a streamer would have been a disservice to the large cast and crew, a source says. Nor did Disney want to abandon the franchise built by 20th Century in partnership with the Christie estate. In 2017, Murder on the Orient Express, likewise directed by and starring Branagh, was a sleeper hit at the box office for 20th Century Fox, grossing nearly $353 million at the worldwide box office. Disney inherited Death on the Nile and the rights to further films upon the Disney-Fox merger in 2019. It goes on to talk about stuff that we don't really need to get into.
Okay.
So, now you're all privy as to what this dirty bumhole
10%.
Yeah, that in fact that's quite a sanitized version of what he's been up to.
Well, what has he been up to?
Because as Damien will back me up, we've read a lot about this. It included him branding women, talking about cannibalism, wanting to eat the body parts, saying he has done it in the past. Listen, I don't know what goes on in Hollywood. I'm not privy to that.
Not so much Hollywood. I'm really no. It's more the Armor family, the Hammer family.
Really?
He comes from a dark family of Russian Soviets, and on top of that, a lot of rich oil tycoons. And apparently, there's 5 generations of dark seediness throughout his entire family.
Really?
That they're all quite. A lot of the men in the family are all quite off the rails.
Right. So that would explain a lot. That would explain a lot. I mean, listen, there's been, and you know it's true because at the end of the day, we've all discussed this, and I think we all agree on this. If anyone came out with stories like that about us, and we knew it wasn't true, and we knew they didn't have any proof because it wasn't true, we are suing the hell out of them. I don't even care if they got 1 pence to their name; they're getting sued. Simple as. The fact that he hasn't sued after all this, and he's been dropped by his agent, William Morris, as you quite pointed out.
Top boys, William Morris.
Them and CAA are the top agents in the world. Simple as. Got dropped by them, and he's not suing. That says a lot. Being new to all of this, Leon, let me get your take on. Do you think they should have released this film? And what do you think generally of this and Armie Hammer and so on and so forth?
Well, first of all, I think no, you have to shelve the film.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because even in Hollywood, they need to vet these people better. Somebody saw something, somebody heard something. So when you know the whole film's at risk, you're more likely for people to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the cast because they've all worked hard, but they're not gonna go without meals.
If it's a Disney film, if it's a Disney film, to your point, like you've got money to shoot this film again and replace him.
Yeah,
You've got the money to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you can
And,
do.
yeah.
And I just think it just makes people accountable. It makes you accountable. You don't want scumbags on set.
No.
You don't want it. You don't want anyone, no Clark in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go there, do your work, and go home. Do you know what I mean? So anytime that. Because say I'm a victim, I don't want to see him on the big screen. I don't want to see him getting pushed and publicity.
Imagine.
That
You'll just be reliving that trauma again.
Or you say that's your daughter or that's your son.
Right.
And they've been abused by someone that's, the world are almost condoning it by putting it out.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
No, I agree.
So, it seems, like what Damien said, he's got a dark past.
See, I don't even know about that.
A dark history, sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's got a dark history.
Well, his family has, So, That's interesting.
So, put it on the shelf. Chuck it in the bin.
Yeah.
What else can you do? Disney are winning.
Listen,
they are winning. And they could shoot that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a bit of a task to get all the cast together.
And they're going to lose a hell of a lot of money, granted.
Yeah,
I understand that.
But think about it. How much have they spent on this film?
A lot.
You think that trailer's a year ago, the first
No, say roughly. Ballpark.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 150 mil. If you're looking at that cast,
Yeah.
that is a very... That's a studded...
Yeah, have a look. But
that'll be about 150 mil.
All right.
And we're talking about just the production. We're not even talking about the marketing, which they'd have to have spent more than they usually did because they've had to market it twice now. Because obviously with COVID and whatnot, they couldn't release it. Now they're having to do it again, pay a marketing budget. So I think we're probably going around 250.
Okay.
250 mil. Yeah.
Is it looking like that?
It's 90.
Well, that's just production budget though, isn't
That's
it?
production.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
just production budget.
All right, but they'll probably break even. Worst case.
Yeah.
If they shot it again, they're not going to lose.
Listen,
They've won
whether
so
they
much.
lose all their money or not,
They
I'm
can
with
afford
you.
to, yeah.
I'm with you.
Shoot it again.
I'm just like giving arguments as to why they would say.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
100%.
Do it
I'm
again.
with you.
Do it again.
I'm not. You know what I mean?
Because obviously this is a franchise.
It's a franchise.
Do it again.
They've set precedent for it with Kevin Spacey, as I've read in that article.
Yeah.
They shot everything on that film
And
again
that was
with
a
Christopher
Ridley Scott
Plummer.
production, so
Right, there you go. And there's other things I'm going to touch on because there was other things that they wanted to do, which I think they should have done. And there's one point that you didn't bring up that is gonna. And I'll speak on that in a minute.
Yeah, so that's me.
Damien, what do you think about all this?
Normally, I don't have any interest with the dealings of actors outside of the film. I don't like getting involved in Hollywood chit chat and whatnot and people's personal lives. You leave that alone. I think the reason why Denzel Washington is so good at what he does is because he stays out of that shit.
Yeah.
He just does his acting, goes home, he's a family man.
Yeah.
So I tend not to get involved and to read the tabloids and stuff. When I heard about him, it was during lockdown, and someone had plastered it all over Instagram, and it was a video of him getting high in his car and going off crazy while driving the car. I was like, whoa, I remember this guy from when he played the Lone Ranger, and he was doing the Winklevoss twins in the Social Network. Like, he was climbing quickly.
Oh yeah, big time.
I didn't know much about his background at all, because normally if I was an actor that I like, I will look into how they started off and the career and stuff. So having looked into it just now, there were red flags all over this guy before he got pulled up. Like, he comes from a Russian communist / American oil tycoon family. There's lots of money in the background of him. There's 5 generations, apparently, this is an article that's done through Variety. There's 5 generations of family that have all had dark, seedy past, whether it comes to sexual endeavors and whatnot.
Right.
And abortions and spying and loads of different kind of like very seedy goings on. So to not know that there was a possibility of that happening with him, it's like, well, you were looking in the wrong direction.
Like I said, somebody knows something.
Yeah.
Somebody knows something.
So,
and I think, just quickly, just to jump on, when you've got money in abundance, like, you just don't get into cannibalism.
No.
Yeah?
No.
You've done everything. You've got money.
Yeah.
You've been coked out of your head. You've been drunk out of your face. You've been at the highest,
And you've got away with it.
Right, and you got away with it. You've been
And
at the
that's
pinnacle, and money's never been... You have to get that next... What's the next buzz?
Because I've got away with it.
I've got to do something. Yeah, right. Then it becomes a power thing. You can get all the women,
Yeah.
But you want to take the women.
Yeah, I want the one that doesn't want.
Yeah, I want the one that doesn't want me.
Yeah.
Then I'm on a power
Yeah.
trip. Then I'm on this, and I think it just escalates. And I think, you know, he's coming from money. He's coming from riches.
Yeah.
So, you know, their taste is a little bit too sweet for me.
So do you think they should have shelved this film?
Yeah, I'm completely willing. Like, shelve it or reshoot the damn thing. Like
Or
I said
reshoot
earlier.
it, yeah.
Reshoot it. Like, if I'm Disney, again, like, we're going to talk on Disney later on about how much money they're making currently and what they've done over the last few years. They are not, if they're going to take the tiniest of losses, unless there is some stupid studio exec, pardon the phrase, but it's sat there going, oh, we can't make a loss on this movie. We got to make sure.
Well, knowing that who's in charge now, it might be very well be.
Probably has a few fingers in the pie in this one, but like I don't see why they can do that. Like, me personally, I wouldn't want to have anything associated to this film with him. If even 10% of what has been put out about him has truth to it, which, as we said before, like if that's you being accused of this, you're going to come and defend that to the hill.
Right.
I'm currently going through something where I'm defending something very minor compared to this, and I will go for 10 years to defend it.
Right.
This guy ain't said shit.
Right.
No.
He's come out and gone, oh, I didn't do that, and then just deleted everything off Instagram and left and disappeared. off the ether.
Disappeared.
No, his publicist has dropped him.
Yeah, his publicist has dropped him. His agents have dropped him. Big agents, which means you're probably not going to get signed by any other bigger agents.
No, he's finished. He's finished.
Do you know what I mean?
And he weren't pinching a few bums.
No. I mean,
That's
one
what
of them,
I'm
like, he got a girl to literally carve the letter of his name into a hip, and he was going to surgically remove that and eat it.
Wow.
His own name.
They have had the letter A carved into a hip and then have it surgically removed so you can eat it. If there's truth to that,
well, it's all on messages. It's all on WhatsApp messages that the women then released. So there is truth to it.
And this is not something you make up.
Nah.
You don't make up.
I mean, who sits on a Friday and goes like, right, so I'm going to talk about possibly carving my name into my girlfriend's hip and then eating it afterwards. Does that make a good joke?
Nah. And listen, as I said, America are known to be very litigious. Litigious, should I say? So you know, it's all, they're going to be suing each other. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If anything, if there's any you know, any
I'll
lies
see you in
being
court,
told,
man.
right? So you know it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
My thing with them releasing this film is this, and it also tied into. So what I'm going to say also ties into one of the ideas that they did have, which was to release it just on Disney Plus without having a theatrical release with Armie Hammer. I think that would have been wrong.
Yeah.
As well as them releasing it now, and one of the big reasons why is a business reason, in fact, is the Disney brand. This is the Disney brand we're talking about now.
In terms of not releasing it.
No, releasing it, that's going to damage the Disney brand.
Completely.
We're talking about Disney. The first thing
Snow White.
Thank you, kids.
Dumbo, kids. What we talking about?
We talk about our kids all the time with Disney and Disney Plus and.
But then Dumbo was very racist.
Well,
and I'm joking.
No,
but it was
a
sign of the times.
But
it was a sign of the times.
Even though that's still a weak argument, but I'll give.
It's a very weak argument.
Yeah, but I'll give them that, right?
Yeah.
And they've gone on to then explain themselves because they will say, due to there are some depictions that are wrong and blah 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 before they start showing the movie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But with what this guy's been accused of and what he most likely has done
and the current climate
how can Disney even want their name associated with this guy?
Yeah, they can't.
That's not worth any amount of money.
No.
I don't care if you made this movie for 500 million. You could swallow that loss because you don't know what long term damage this is gonna do to your brand. The big Disney brand that and this is the argument, because you've got to remember, and this is nowhere near what this is to Disney, but you got to remember when Disney bought Fox and they were deciding what to do with Deadpool. This is the same argument they had against Deadpool. But it's a Disney brand. It's a reliable brand that parents know we can let our kids watch this and read it, so we can't make it R-rated and blah blah blah. In the end, they made it R-rated, and even that argument I thought was poor, because at the end of the day, do you think your kids don't know about Deadpool?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they know very, and they probably watched the other films, you know what I mean?
Well, it's the same way we used to watch RoboCop when we was 10.
Right,
And it was
right.
at 18.
Right. And so your kid, normally, you as a kid, if you're right-minded, you can separate the comic book film from real life.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about here is an actor in a film who has done some real life crap. You know, that is unthinkable. And then you're co-signing him, as my friend Leon would always say, by basically having him in the film.
Yeah.
Saying it's okay. And I am gonna say this, and it's probably gonna trigger some of you, and if it does, I can't help it. But if that was a black man, do you think that would have gone the same way? Just putting it out there. What do you think? But anyway, I don't think that this guy should be in this film. If they wanted to release this, they should have reshot this. This is going to harm the Disney brand long term. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
And he's not going to see the light of day again anyway.
No.
He's
gone.
He's
gone.
I mean, not that he needs the money anyway, because as you said, he's from a rich family, you know, blah blah blah.
Royal tycoon
So yeah,
and
so
stuff.
he's not starving. So
I mean, during lockdown, he was holidaying in the Caymans
well, there you go. Yeah.
with his family. So just like, and apparently that was
Yeah.
that was what caused him to go stir crazy, because he was holidaying in the Caymans with his family.
So did you just hear that? That caused him to go stir crazy. We're sat in our living rooms, can't go out. He's in the Cayman Islands, and that's turning him crazy. How privileged you have to be
I
for that?
talk about what I was going through during lockdown.
Yeah, I know what you were going. Yeah,
Let's not go through there.
Yeah.
But like the thing for me is like there was a group I love, a rock group, back in the early 2000s called Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
And I was hugely into their first few albums when they came out. Then the singer did that madness that he did and is now in prison for it. I can't listen to that music again because of that. Now, slightly different music and film, okay, but it's still entertainment. And obviously what he's done, you can compare it, I suppose, to what Thingy did in Lost Prophets, but that made me never want to put on Lost Prophets music again. And I to this day, I can't do it.
What about Michael Jackson?
But it's
But he never went jail and he wasn't convicted.
And he wasn't convicted.
To
To be fair, R. Kelly.
I can't listen to R. Kelly no more.
I want him more Space Jam anymore.
Wee boy.
I can't. And do you know what? I didn't even need him to be convicted. As soon as I saw the video, you know that's him. You know that's him.
Yeah.
I'm even ashamed that I watched the video.
I
didn't watch the video.
I ain't gonna lie. I
Only
watched the
he
video.
saw the video.
I watched the video, yes. But I was remember, we're talking about years ago. You know, like, I wouldn't watch it now, but yeah.
He's been weeing all over the place for years anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we all know about him and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this just stinks. This absolutely stinks. I think the film ain't all that. Just you know, going onto the trailer reaction, and then on top of that, them having him in
All
this
the
film,
darkness surrounding it.
It's
Let
a
it
no
go.
for me. It's a
Let
no
it
for me.
go.
We
In the bin.
yeah.
That's all I'm going to say, in the bin.
I will join Leon on that one. Put it in the bin, put a lid on it, set it on fire, throw it down the hill.
Yeah.
That's it.
And guys, what do you think about all this? Do you agree with us? And if you do, tell us why. And if you don't, tell us why. Leave your comments down below as usual.
If you don't, I don't want to know.
No, I want to know.
I want to know.
Mm-hmm.